Okay, so usually I just sit in the back and just listen on what people have to say and what people's opinion is on. But this time I just realized that I can't just stay in on the sideline. Like I have to say something. So if you're wondering, this is a YouTuber called Amberlynn Reid. She's a weight loss YouTuber, and she's kind of been on the in the YouTube community for quite a while. So recently, she went on a Snapchat rant and said a lot of things, and I just felt like I just want to voice my opinion because I'm kind of confused and kind of just I just need to put my opinion out there. So she starts off the Snapchat rant talking about how people are saying she's doctor shopping.
A lot of people are telling me doctor shopping also means that you're finding doctors to suit what you want to be diagnosed to you. I want you guys to know that there is no diagnosis that I want regarding me. It's just crazy that people think that getting a second or a third opinion regarding something where two doctors have said something completely different means that I'm doctor shopping.
Because she got diagnosed with two different was it conditions or whatever. She got diagnosed with two different things by two not two different things. She got diagnosed differently by each doctor that she had. And people are saying, okay, well, you're trying to get to a doctor who's gonna give you the diagnosis that you want, you know and so she goes off and says that that's not right, and she's not doing that, and she can't control being diagnosed different things by different doctors. But the way she went on about saying it was very, how can I say, like, just like a asshole. She went like she showed her ass, like, dude, this goddamn rant. Like, first she called people, she said they had no lives, they have nothing to do, said they're weak-minded, and then called them psychopaths, or what's the other word, sociopaths. If I do say something wrong or said what she said wrong, please pardon my memory.
That's all part of this process, isn't it? Trying to write Amberlynn's story, Amberlynn's truth, Amberlynn's narrative, trying to create the story of her life that isn't real to suit your guys' entertainment. Literally pathetic. And I will go to my grave saying that majority of you are fucking idiots. And I'm not gonna step down from that. And you know it, your damn self. And if you can look in the mirror every single night and be totally happy with yourself, that makes you even more of a sociopath. So that's sad.
But I think she called us psychopaths because we hold her accountable for the things that she does. Now, see, the problem I had with that was that how is she gonna call us weak-minded? She's calling us weak-minded, but she tried to lose weight for 5 whole years, but gained 200 pounds. But we're weak-minded now. Or say we have nothing to do, even though she sits at home, eats, and make these little half-ass vlogs, and doesn't go anywhere or do anything. But we don't have nothing to do. We have nothing to do with our lifestyle. Yeah? And the fact that she even had the audacity to call people sociopaths or psychopaths, like, that's literally disgusting. How you can just sit there and call people that. Like, people really get diagnosed with, like, things like that. And the fact that you think that it's okay to just call someone that as an insult is disgusting. She goes on this whole rant about how people are fat phobic, but just sit there and call people psychopaths as an insult. When people really do get diagnosed with that and suffers through that every day, you know? So that's crazy how she plays herself as this victim, but just says stupid shit like this, you know? So she goes on, and she goes on this whole entire rant that at this point, when I got to that part of the live, made me a very angry and unhappy person. She says that because she's a morbidly obese woman, that people don't like her. Not because she's a narcissistic, not because she abused animals, not because she's transphobic and, referred to her ex and misgendered him plenty of times and referred to him as dead because he's transgender. Not because of any of that. It's because she's fat, It's because she's plus, she just got a little extra weight and people just can't get over that,
So I deal with thousands of people doing that on a daily basis, and I know it's because I'm fat. Fat phobia is real. There are people online, and I know people hate for me to compare, but again, it's just to justify the way that they treat me, which is totally fine. But there are people on YouTube who have millions of subscribers who are way worse than me. They have done way worse than me. But they are skinny, and they are pretty, and they are rich. So they are loved. They get forgiven even though they're not sorry. They get forgiven and they still have supporters even though they don't apologize. And they keep doing the same shit over and over and over.
And when she said that, I lost it. I was like, oh, well, no. Well, no. See, that's not right. That's not right. That's not right. It's crazy how she acts oppressed. That's what caught me off guard. Like, she act like people hate her just because she's fat. Like people really get oppressed and people really dislike them for features that they cannot change, whether that religion or physical features that they're born with. And she just sat there and was like, okay, yeah, I'm fat, that's why people don't like me, it's because I'm fat. It was so determined and so set in her ways of saying, yes, because I'm fat and I stand by that 100% and I don't care what anybody has to say. What? And then says that there's plenty of skinny YouTubers who are skinny and pretty and did much worse things than her. And gets accepted. See, the problem with that is that those YouTubers were already, bigger before the scandal. So that, of course, when they have the scandal, they're going to have a couple people who are stupid and it's going to stand by them no matter what. Amberlynn, you're not that big. I don't care what you think. You're not famous. You're not anybody to look for. You're more infamous than, famous. And the fact that you think just because you're fat is what's holding you back, that's what makes me mad, because there's really people who are trying and who put so much stuff into their content and edit their videos nice and do everything right, but Amberlynn gets all the reviews. And she's sitting there complaining like she doesn't get paid over 10 grand a fucking month. Okay, she gets paid 10 grand a fucking month. And she's sitting there acting like she has the worst life. Talking about she's a goddamn punching bag. And she'd rather be the punching bag because she doesn't want anyone else. She's a lie. She's a goddamn lie.
But you know what? Sometimes I sit back and I'm like, I'm a lot of people's punching bag. You have a bad day? Come hate on Amberlynn. You hate your life? Come hate on Amberlynn. You need more drama in your life? Come hate on Amberlynn. I am the Amberlynn punching bag. And I'm sure I will see usernames of that very, very title, because that's what people do. They're pathetic in every form. But like I was saying, sometimes I think and I'm like, I would rather be someone's punching bag than have someone else be the punching bag. Because I don't want anyone to deal with the idiots that I have to deal with on a fucking daily basis.
Because she complains about it every week about how she get hate and stuff like that. You complain about it every week. You know that bothers you. You know being a punching bag or whatever you are bothers you. And the fact that you're trying to sit there and be like, well, I'd rather be... You know damn well if you had the chance to put that on someone else, you would. Because you're a narcissist and you care about no one but yourself. The fact that she actually tried to say because she's fat nobody likes her, that's what made me mad. Because there are a lot of minorities who try to do YouTube and they not getting their stuff pushed just because of how they look and their skin color or whatever they are. And she's sitting here making bare minimum content and getting paid over 10 grand. And she's sitting here complaining that just because she's fat, she's not bigger than what she needs to be. Or people hate her. Not because of the past event. It then said, I'm going too fast. It then says, oh, well, we all make mistakes. Girl.
It's totally fine. Because I've made mistakes in the past. Have you made mistakes in the past? I'm just really curious. Are all of you perfect? The people who are complete fucking assholes? Are you guys perfect? Because if you are, teach me your ways.
None of us make the mistakes that's as bad as yours. Okay, that's one thing you need to stop trying to relate or try to do like anybody else. Because, sweetheart, I don't think any of us, well, let me speak for myself. I had never sat there and misgendered someone, nor abused animals. You know? And sit here and treat people horribly. Okay, I have never done that in my life. Nor have this narcissistic attitude like I'm better than everyone and people put my name in their videos for clicks. Like, how you think having all these haters and all these people who are saying these things would click in her mind like, okay, maybe I'm doing something wrong. But she's so stubborn and narcissistic and has a big ego. Just because she lost 70 pounds. Girl, you're over 500 pounds. You can do that like in your sleep. It's not that hard. You are a bigger girl. You have so much weight whenever you walk. You don't need to hold weights. Your belly is enough weight, sweetheart. But let me stop because I'm being fat phobic. Fat phobic. If you don't want people to sit there and talk about your weight, lose it. Lose weight. It's not that hard. Let me stop. I'm being a little bit mean. You know, I don't understand her life. I don't understand what she goes through. I would never understand what she goes through. Especially the fat phobia stuff. Like, it doesn't... And you know what? Y'all can tell me whatever. I don't think fat phobia exists. I don't think you can just... Well, maybe there's some people. Let me not say it don't exist. I think it's rare that people are just going to dislike you because you're fat. Like, I think that's rare. If people do dislike, you know, others because they're fat, they're stupid and you don't need to associate with them in the first place. Okay? But if you don't want this stigma of you being fat, let me stop saying fat, that's of you being morbidly obese, then lose the weight. And you know what, I'm not gonna say it's easy after I just said it. I'm not gonna say, you know, it's hard, you know, and I struggle with that too, you know, because I just eat when I want to eat, and you know, I can understand not having the strength to start and to, you know, try and do better But the problem is you get paid 10 grand a month, and I am a broke college student. So, kind of not the same. But, let's just give you the benefit of the doubt. You have 10 grand a month. You don't even have the excuse. You're a YouTuber. You don't have the excuse of not having the time to cook a nice meal, nor not having the money to get the ingredients that you need, nor not having the money to get a personal trainer or a therapist. You're literally lazy and don't want to do it. And then here's another thing. She sits there and she talks about how people care about her weight because that's what get her the views.
Do I have this vicious cycle that everyone loves to talk about? Sure. But it's how I look. The videos with my body as a thumbnail get more views. The videos of me eating get more views. It's because of how I look.
So after you just said that you don't make custom thumbnails to do on your full body, that's just what YouTube make. So you're not doing that for the views, but you just sat there and said that you put these thumbnails so you could get more views. You contradict yourself way too much, and this is why people don't trust you. This is why people don't believe you. This is why people don't like you. Okay? There's so many things that she says and do that oh God, jeez. There's so many things that she say and do that contradicts herself. And the only thing that she can possibly come up with is, I'm fat. That's why people don't like me. I'm fat. Like, you're a disgusting person who thinks that they're oppressed because they're overweight. I'm sorry to tell you this, Amberlynn, but you have been set up with like the perfect fucking genes in this world that is you literally have no idea what people who actually get oppressed go through. You know what I'm saying? You have no idea, nor will you ever have the idea. The only thing that I can possibly see people get mad is because you're a lesbian. But that's about it. That's literally about it. Other than that, people aren't gonna, say things to you. So just sit there and think about what you said, which you're probably not because, you're a narcissist. But, you need to take accountability for yourself and take a long look at yourself and be like, you know what? I need to start, focusing on me. I need to start focusing on being a better person because you're not a good person at all. If you have to say you're a good person, then 9 times out of 10 you're not. Because other people need to acknowledge that, not you. But it's whatever. It just be like that sometimes.